Ah yes, the remake. A modern-day reimagination of old classics. Brushed up, polished, fine-tuned to today's standards, and reintroduced to new audiences. They're not cash grabs, they're honest work. And whoa, there's a lot of passion that goes into... What? Remakes and remasters are everywhere and have taken the form of HD collections, ports, reboots, reboot camps, reforges, resurrections, reprobes, rebirths, reunions, reclaimer of my life. Born in flames, I have been blessed. My family Christmas and David.
Oh shit!
But while most of YouTube can walk you through these, today we're going to talk about remakes and maybe some remasters. Specifically, why we've been seeing so much of them lately, whether they're good or bad for the AAA industry, and a question I've been thinking about. Are remakes a reminder that old video games were just better? As much as I love endlessly hating on AAA developers, I think it's important that I put it out there. Not all AAA games are bad. There are a lot of great games, a lot of really good games, but way too many average games that have started feeling the same to me. And that's because now more than ever, the video game industry is seen as a money-making machine. It's way more profitable to regurgitate what works, and the soul and creative spark of what made older games so much fun is just lacking. New IPs are rough, and so many AAA games rely on an existing formula, usually open world or a Souls-like, and make some tweaks here and there. For some odd reason, linearly structured games are frowned upon. It's like open world zombie, Dark Souls Chinese, open world fantasy, Dark Souls anime boobies.
Let's go with him.
Whoa. Hey, you downloaded last month's PS Plus games, right? Right, sorry, the video. And then comes this wave of remakes, and lo and behold, it's linearly structured games, and hey, everyone is having a good time playing them. A lot of older games were bolder. They cared more about telling great stories, writing goofy characters, having creative mechanics, focused content, and compact level designs. And you could tell the developers had fun making the game, because you were having fun playing the game.
Hey, that's pretty good.
I really think that when done right, remakes are a chance to bring back those beloved experiences, held back by the technological limitations of their time, and create a brand new adventure while staying somewhat faithful to the original. I also think there's no better time to do this than now because, hey, I'm sorry, but I've lost my chill. Look at what Jill Valentine used to look like, and look at Claire, and now look at them. Oh, I lost. And B, my younger brother came up to me the other day and said, "Can you show me the retro console you had?" And I looked at him like, "Bro, the oldest console I have on me is a PS2. And he's like, "Yeah, that's retro." And I started shaking, crying, and throwing up because I'm not that old. And I know some of you guys watching are shaking, crying, and thinking, what the fuck? The oldest console barely owned was a PS2? Yeah. Time's a bitch, isn't it? My point being, older games were amazing, yes, but when you try and hand the controller to your kids, your younger siblings, your significant others who want to get into video games, they're like, the fuck is this? And it breaks my heart, it really does. Not every game ages as well as Super Mario 64. Others, you needed to be precise with your jumps, the fixed camera angles are awkward, random encounters seem a lot more frequent than they used to be, and when you remake the game, you now have the chance to keep what was really good and brush up what didn't necessarily work, and the difference is unbelievable. I know a lot of purists really dislike today's remakes, and there's this constant debate about which is better, but thank you Capcom, arigato gozaimasu, for letting me move and aim in Resident Evil 4. This shit terrified me as a kid, and I know it added to the horror, but what the fuck? No. Please! Please! Do you ever see the trailer for the new season of a show and you forget everything that happened before because the first season released way back in... Huh? When that happens, sometimes developers feel the need to recap your memory before they release their next project. Hey, we're still working on Metroid Prime 4, but go play the first, huh? Hey, you know, Tears of the Kingdom has floating islands, so why don't we go ahead and remaster Skyward Sword for you? Go play it first, huh? My bro, we're working on Alan Wake 2. Remember how good the first one was? Of course I do, that game was the shit. This game didn't age well, huh? Hey man, you're not gonna believe this, but we're making a show for The Last of Us. Oh no, wait! I can just go back and play the original. What the fuck, you bastards! It came out in 2013, that's not that long ago. Oh. Capcom can't seem to put a foot wrong, killing it with multiple franchises, but their remakes specifically are gaining so much traction. They know how good their older games are, Resident Evil 2, 3, and 4, regardless of what your stance on them is, have kickstarted this renaissance of remakes from other AAA developers who are also like, hey wait, we had good games too. We're saved! And it's true, their older games were phenomenal, and if remade right, can save their reputation. There's a case for Square getting all the credit because the Final Fantasy VII Remake was announced around the same time as the Resident Evil 2 Remake, but since the latter came out first and the former split itself into 3 parts, I'm just gonna put this here. You get the credit, at least in my eyes. Look at all the remakes that have been announced since then. The Witcher, Knights of the Old Republic, System Shock, Max Payne, Link's Awakening, and then there's shameless, stank-ass Konami, Ubisoft, and EA announcing Silent Hill, Splinter Cell, Prince of Persia, Dead Space. Like, they're just trying to save their skin. But what's crazy is the remakes that have come out so far are really good. And that just goes to show older games were on top of the world. And they're back. And still on top of the world. Link's Awakening is all. And then Dead Space was like... And then Resident Evil 4 was like... Hey, it's that dog. Well, check this out.
That dog.
Remember in the original when Luis said...
The president's equipped his daughter with ballistics too.
Yeah, so in the remake, Capcom removed Ashley's ballistics and gave Ada the whole fucking armory. Oh, Capcom, you've been putting out so many ballistics. I need you to chill so that I can chill. Anyway, what's the next remake? Resident Evil 5?
Hadouken!